Our top story today from the GatewayPundit.com, U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Trump wants no taxes for Americans earning under $150,000 annually. Is this the end of the tax bracket for most Americans? We're talking about this story and so much more here on the Gateway Pundits We Can Review. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and this is the Gateway Pundits Week in Review, where we cover the top 5 stories of the last 24 hours. Our top story today, is this the end of taxes, or is this just more folklore? U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick says Trump wants no taxes for Americans earning under $150,000 annually. Well, it turns out that U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick revealed that President Donald Trump's aims to abolish federal taxes for all Americans earning under $150,000 annually, as Lutnick made the revelation during an interview with CBS News on Tuesday, saying, "I know what his goal is, no tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal. That's what I'm working for," Lutnick told CBS, underscoring a vision that would put thousands of dollars back into the pockets of American families. Check this out. We have the video clip for you where Lutnick says that is his goal. Do you believe him? Well, watch.
How about no tax on tips? How about no tax on overtime? How about no Social Security? How about all those things? These are the kind of thoughts that will change America. I know what his goal is. No tax for anybody who makes less than $150,000 a year. That's his goal. So that's what I'm working.
You know, I don't know if I believe him. A lot of this stuff just seems like hearsay. If people want to believe that this is what is going to happen, but I don't know if it actually will. Now, Lutnick elaborated further in a separate interview with Fox News, detailing how Trump intends to finance this massive tax relief plan while balancing the budget. According to Lutnick, the Trump administration is focused on driving revenue through tariffs, closing offshore tax scams, and slashing excessive spending instead of squeezing the middle class for every last penny. Lutnick said when the president balances the budget, this is his first move is going to be. He has suggested that he would like to waive taxes for people earning under $150,000. That's aspirational. When we balance the budget, and let me tell you, he's got a plan to do it, we're going to take $1 trillion out of the waste, fraud, and abuse in all of our entitlement systems and the government waste. Then we are going to raise $1 trillion. That's the Trump card. The Trump gold card is going to be a huge revenue producer. Tariffs are going to be a huge revenue producer. Then we will get rid of all the tax scams, like Ireland making a $75 billion budget surplus. We've got all the ships of the world flying the Liberian flag. I mean, imagine a Liberian flag just so they can avoid paying U.S. taxes. You cut all that stuff out and you've got a balanced budget. But on the way, we're going to cut taxes. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security. Listen to him saying it himself. We have the clip here. And again, this all sounds fantastic, but I'm not entirely sure that it's real. So, well, I guess it's just a tweet here, even though they say to watch. But it says, live free opinion. Trump had been pushing to eliminate taxes for individuals earning less than $150,000. I think they might have linked to the wrong video there in the article, but that's completely fine. You can find the video on X or on any social media. Anyway, kind of an interesting news. We are witnessing a generational decline in men's testosterone levels due to lifestyle choices, diet, and exposure to environmental toxins. This decline can result in persistent fatigue, diminished strength, reduced libido, mood swings, and an overall loss of vitality, keeping you from feeling like your best self. Take control of your vitality now with Man's Edge from Neutronics Labs, the natural solution to support healthy testosterone levels. Now, Man's Edge is more than just a standard booster. It combines powerful ingredients like fenugreek, IGF-1, NO2, and more to help you feel your best. Studies show that fenugreek increases testosterone levels by up to 46%. Plus, unlike traditional powders and pills, Man's Edge offers up to a 98% absorption guaranteed, ensuring that you receive the full benefits of these clinically proven ingredients. Even Frank Stallone has made it a part of his daily routine to stay on top of his game. Join Frank Stallone and thousands of men rediscovering their vitality daily with Man's Edge. Sign up for AutoShip program today and save 50% on all your orders. Reclaim your lost youth and energy. Visit the link below now or go to tboostnow.com, tboostnow.com. Use code Elijah, that's my name, ELIJAH, to save an additional 10% on your first order. tboostnow.com, promo code Elijah. Make sure that you check it out. Now, that being said, Representative James Comer and FBI to bring criminal charges against ActBlue operatives in largest money laundering scheme in U.S. history. Jim Hoff reports. An original video by Benny Johnson. The hammer is about to drop on ActBlue, the Democrats' golden goose of fundraising, as House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer teams up with the FBI to expose what could be the biggest money laundering scandal in American political history. In an explosive interview with Benny Johnson, Comer laid out the damning case against the far-left fundraising juggernaut, accusing it of funneling billions in suspicious cash potentially from foreign adversaries, into Democrat coffers under the guise of grassroots donations. I'll play the video for you here in just a moment, as Benny did get the bombshell interview. It's like Inception, where a show talking about a story that's on another show, and you're watching it. It's pretty cool, huh? It's sort of here. Give me a moment. Let's go ahead and let's play this. Here is their interaction. Watch.
Thing is just rotten. It's just rotten. I don't know if we have the direct evidence just yet, but man, you sure can put the pieces together and say that ActBlue must be one of the largest money laundering organs this side of the Biden family.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly how we're going to investigate this. The same way we investigated the Bidens. Mm-hmm. We're starting with the suspicious activity reports. These are the bank violations that if anyone commits a financial crime, the banks will catch it. I come from a banking background, and I can tell you there are extensive security measures in place. The banks have auditors, they have compliance officers, they have bank examiners. They catch suspicious activity, and especially if it's on a large scale and lots of different transactions. So what I tried to do, this was back during last summer, was request the suspicious activity reports from Janet Yellen in the Biden administration, and they would not reply to my request. We knew that ActBlue was getting just a ridiculous amount of money going through. Heck, my opponent that I beat by 50 points raised, several $100,000 on ActBlue, and she had zero chance. If you ranked the races from 1 to 435, that wouldn't rank in the top 400 as having the potential to win. But she was still getting all these mysterious donations. And you had House candidates that 80% of their campaign budget came from anonymous small dollar donors on ActBlue. So we smelled something. Obviously, it came out what Rubio said, that they weren't using the code on the back of the credit card. That allowed for fraud. It just didn't make sense. Like the interviewer, like the woman that was interviewed on that clip that had $180,000 worth of donations. So we requested these violations. They wouldn't give them to us. After the election, then Janet Yellen let a few of my staffers go in there, and they said, yes, there are several hundred suspicious activity reports from various banks. We got to go in and look at 12. And I can tell you they were bad. They were what we suspected. And we've requested to see more. They cut us off. Obviously, they were involved in the transition and all that. Now we've got a new Treasury Secretary. We're supposed to go in there in the next week or so and examine them all. But I can tell you there's enough that we've seen already from media reports and from the few bank violations that we've already looked at, that a lot of our worst theories are going to be confirmed with respect to ActBlue. And that's why so many people are hitting the exits right now at ActBlue.
Really? So it's your investigation that is spurring on this panic? Because I've seen this organization, I've seen ActBlue operate for decades, and I've never seen anything like this. The final, everyone's left, all the leadership's gone, the lawyers are fleeing. I mean, listen, man, when the lawyers are fleeing and getting locked out of their computers and sending threatening messages about whistleblowers, you're cooked, right?
You are. And I'm going to tell you what my theory on this.
Please.
When you showed that clip of MSNBC saying, within 5 hours, we've raised $27 million. What a movement. You know, that this is goes back to the Biden investigation, where the people that were protecting Biden would collude with the mainstream media, and they would send them exactly what to say, exactly what to print. The headlines would come out anytime we were about to do a deposition. And lo and behold, everywhere from the New York Times to MSNBC would have the exact same headline. You know, they just all mysteriously, word for word, the exact same headline saying no evidence, the deposition was a failure, even before we would swear the witness in.
Yeah, you can watch the rest of that episode there on The Benny Show. What a fantastic interaction. And he's always got such great interviews. What a fantastic host. That being said, Justin, the FBI director, known as Kash Patel, issues a statement regarding radical leftists trying to kill conservative figures by having their homes swatted. This is important from Colin Linebarger. FBI Director Kash Patel has broken his silence regarding the swatting incidents targeting major conservative figures across the country. As the Gateway Pundit reported, several conservative figures, including Nick Sortur, Gunther Eagleman, and Sean Farash, have been swatted over the last couple of days. Cat Turd and Gunther's brother, Mike, were also swatted this morning. This is the fourth time Cat Turd has been a victim of left-wing terrorism. This comes after InfoWars journalist Jamie White was brutally murdered in Austin earlier this week, while another journalist from the organization got swatted twice. Independent journalist Brianna Morello notes that there have been at least 6 swatting incidents, in the last 2 days, with many more conservatives scared to come forward. She wrote that there. Confirmed in the last 48 hours, there have been 6. That being said, now Patel has just issued a response to the swatting incidents that should give comfort to conservatives. He said, I want to address the alarming rise in swatting incidents targeting media figures, Patel wrote on X. The FBI is aware of this dangerous trend, and my team and I are already taking action to investigate and hold those responsible accountable. This isn't about politics. Weaponizing law enforcement against any American is not only morally reprehensible, but also endangers lives, including those of our officers, that will not be tolerated, he added. We are fully committed to working with local law enforcement to crack down on these crimes. More updates to come. Well, let's hope that he does find out who's behind all this. I remember Tim Pool was being swatted a bunch of times, too, recently. That was very dangerous. It's not funny to, tell people that there's a shooting going on or a murder. It really can cause serious damage to people's lives. People can get killed, right? Now, that being said, have you ever wondered what happened to legendary Chuck Norris? Well, I can tell you this. I saw the video that he made and I was shocked. He's in his 80s and he's still kicking butt and working out and staying active. What's even more shocking is he's stronger, can work out longer, and even has plenty of energy left over for his grandkids. He did this by just making one change. He says that he still feels like he's in his 50s. His wife even started doing this one thing too, and she's never felt better. She says she feels 10 years younger, her body looks leaner, and she has energy all day. Now, Chuck made a special video that explains everything. Make sure that you watch it by going to chuckdefense.com/pundit, ChuckDefense.com/PUNDIT, or by clicking the link in the video below. It'll change the way that you look at your health. Once again, that's chuckdefense.com/pundit. Click the link in the description today. You will not believe how simple it is. Watch this method by clicking the link in the description now. That being said, in some interesting news, White House issues scathing response to radical Clinton judge who ordered tens of thousands of fired federal workers to be reinstated. Check this out. The White House on Thursday afternoon issued a scathing response to a federal judge's order rehiring tens of thousands of fired probationary workers. As previously reported, federal judge on Thursday said the Trump administration's Office of Personnel Management illegally fired thousands of probationary employees. President Trump has fired tens of thousands of probationary workers as he works to downsize the federal government and cut waste. U.S. District Judge William Alsup, a Clinton appointee, ordered the Trump admin to rehire thousands of fired probationary employees in 6 federal agencies. The judge blasted the Trump admin and said that he felt misled by the U.S. government as he ordered 6 federal agencies to offer reinstatement to fired probationary workers. It is a sad day when our government would fire some good employee and say it was based on performance when they know how good and well that was a lie. That should not have been done in our country. It was a sham in order to avoid statutory requirements. Why can't the government just fire people? It's the government. It's our tax dollars. We voted for him, so we want them fired. Government employees are not like private sector employees. It's the government. Like, if your job's not needed, then it just gets slashed. Like, we just don't need that department anymore. Bye. I don't care if you're a good worker. I don't think the federal government jobs, I think like there's abuse, right? That you can't abuse your employees, but it's like, oh yeah, we use harassment and abuse laws in the military. It's like, no, of course they harass their employees there. It's like part of being in the military. It's like, you need to be harassed. Well, what? Because you can't put your employees in danger. So now what? We're not able to put our employees in, we can't put our military in war. That's weird because last time I checked, individuals in the government are not held to the same standards as individuals in the private sector. But Zelensky also lashed out at as Putin accepts U.S.-Ukraine ceasefire plan. We have a video for you here that I want to play in a second, or it might even just be a tweet. Oh, it's a nice video from our good friend Vladimir Zelensky. Check this out.
Бажаю здоров'я. Сьогоднішній день візит делегації парламенту Нідерландів. Я подякував за підтримку. Обговорили подальшу спільну роботу в Євросоюзі. Візит делегації Туреччини, урядовців та бізнесу цієї країни. Наші друзі, наші важливі партнери. Багато що дійсно об'єднує наші держави, і ми вдячні Туреччині за підтримку суверенітету України, нашої територіальної цілісності. Вдячні також за підтримку наших зусиль заради миру. Сьогодні говорили про подальшу спільну роботу, про взаємні інвестиції, про те, як турецький бізнес працюватиме в Україні, і про те, як наші підприємці будуть збільшувати роботу в Туреччині. Зараз ввечері разом з представниками Туреччини, разом з представниками всіх наших мусульман, військових та цивільних, разом з представниками кримсько-татарського народу взяли участь в іфтарі. Це вже добра українська традиція, традиція поваги до всіх, хто відзначає Рамадан. І сьогодні всі, хто був на іфтарі, говорили про те, як важливо, щоб молитви заради миру, заради України допомогли нам захистити нашу державу, нашу незалежність і якнайшвидше завершити цю війну і гарантувати безпеку. Тим більше, що зараз ми всі почули з Росії дуже передбачувані, дуже маніпулятивні слова Путіна у відповідь на ідею тиші на фронті. Він фактично готує відмову станом на зараз. Путін, звісно, боїться сказати прямо президенту Трампу, що хоче продовжувати цю війну. Хоче вбивати українців. І тому вони там в Москві обставляють ідею тиші такими передумовами, щоб взагалі нічого не вийшло. Або щоб не виходило якнайдовше. Путін часто так робить. Не каже ні напряму, але робить так. Так, що практично тільки все затягує та унеможливлює нормальні рішення. Ми вважаємо, що це все зараз чергові російські маніпуляції. Була американська пропозиція щодо безумовної тиші у небі, на морі та на фронті. Ми в Україні сприйняли цю пропозицію. Від американської сторони ми чули, що є готовність організувати контроль та верифікацію. І це реально забезпечити з американськими можливостями, з європейськими можливостями. І щоб за час тиші підготувати відповіді на всі питання про довгострокову безпеку та реальний надійний мир і покласти на стіл план завершення війни. Україна готова працювати максимально швидко, максимально конструктивно. Ми говорили про це американським представникам. Про це знають і наші європейські партнери. Всі наші партнери у світі. Ми не ставимо умов, які щось ускладнюють. Це Росія робить. Як ми завжди говорили, єдиний, хто буде все затягувати, єдиний, хто буде неконструктивний – це Росія. Їм треба війна. Путін вкрав роки миру і продовжує цю війну день за днем. Зараз треба на нього тиснути, треба вводити санкції, які допоможуть. Будемо працювати і надалі з нашими американськими партнерами, з нашими європейськими партнерами, з усіма у світі, хто хоче миру, щоб примусити Росію до завершення війни. І ще одне. Хочу відзначити наших воїнів, які попри все тримають позиції на землі і завдяки цьому дають шанс дипломатії. 3-я бригада Національної гвардії, також 3-я окрема штурмова бригада, 59-та окрема штурмова бригада безпілотних сил, 425-й окремий штурмовий полк. Дякую усім вам, воїнам. Дякую.
President Vladimir Zelensky was asking what? For peace? For money? I don't really care. But as we find out over time, he does want to perhaps stop killing young Christian white men on both sides of the fence. It's always strange to me that he's not a Christian himself. and he doesn't even share the ethnicity of his own people, yet he's sending them out to war. That's a very strange coincidence. Why are we listening to this man? Why don't we just force a peace deal? I feel like we can. It's our money anyways, $250 billion. If you'd like to find out more about our website, you can go ahead and sign up at our mug club at thegatewaypundit.com. This mug is great. It is girthy. It's embossed. It feels good in the hand, and it is actually something you can use every day. It's not cheap, right? Some of these mugs that people offer are pretty cheap. This one is actually high quality, and this is something you're going to want to use. So other companies have a mug club. They give you the crappy stuff that just breaks, you like pick up the handle, it breaks off. This one remains in your hand. It doesn't get too hot on the outside, so you could grab it from any position, and it has weight to it. I always like a good glass with good weight to it, right? You can pick that up at thegatewaypundit.com. Thank you for watching. Once again, have a great rest of the week. My name is Elijah Schaffer, and may God bless the United States of America. I'm signing out.